Revenge films.
I got recommended to try out matchmaking. You're getting to the age where you should start to think about marriage, right? What do you think about matchmaking? Matchmaking. Why don't you give it a try? If it doesn't go well, it's not like you have to keep seeing them. That's true. That's how I started my matchmaking journey. It was casual, no friends or family involved. I agreed to it since I was getting close to my 30s and I was starting to think about marriage. The person was around 40 and a doctor. He was a tall and handsome man. It made me wonder why such a good man is still single.
Nice to meet you. My name is Mana.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Tsukami. We agreed to go somewhere a little more relaxed so we can talk and get to know each other, so we went to a casual restaurant. Man A had a specific interpretation of the conversations, but I'm sure he is smart and has a good education as he is a doctor. I could see why he thinks the way he does, and his mind must be built differently to an average person. We decided to order a couple's course. It had two of the same appetizers, soup and dessert. We were able to choose two types of pastas and shared a small pizza. We decided to get a tomato-based pizza, and for the pasta, I decided to avoid the tomato-based one and asked if he preferred the Genovese or cream sauce. He said, "What about the tomato-based one like pescatore?" And on top of that, he said he will also get the tomato-based pasta. I was like, huh? I see, but I do want to try different flavors. Then he says,
Don't say huh. Don't say just say yes.
huh?
You should always just say yes. Go on. Say yes.
Huh? I didn't mean to, but I was like, huh? So he says it again.
You mean yes?
He continued to scold me until I said yes. After I said it, he smiled and looked pleased while nodding.
That is correct.
I was starting to panic, like, what is this? What is this? I just wanted to get through the meal and go. After we left the restaurant, Man A thought we were already dating or something. He didn't for 1 second consider what I wanted to do after this and walked on as if he expected me to follow him. My instincts told me to get away from him, so I said, "Sorry, my work needs me," and lied to go home. I immediately told the person who introduced us about what had happened and asked to please not give my contact information to him. After I got home, I said to myself, what was that? But I calmed down once I remembered that I declined him and asked for my information not to be shared with him. But after a few days, I got a phone call at my workplace. I work at a small company, so I remember telling him my company name when the conversation was so good. But now I deeply regret doing so. So Man A said,
This is Man A calling from Scotto Hospital.
The admin lady rushed over and said that the doctor is calling directly and asked if everything was okay. She was very concerned, so I couldn't refuse the call. Man A didn't consider if I had any plans at all and said,
I'm free next week. Let's go to a movie and get something to eat afterwards.
I remember what happened at the restaurant and got scared. I told him I'm not free that day. I ended up meeting him with the person who introduced us on a different day and turned him down properly. I said, "I'm sorry, but I can't live under you. I am a selfish person. I am Gorman, so I want to eat what I want to eat." He then smiles at me and says,
If you keep saying yes, your heart will soon start to say yes as well.
I didn't understand him at all. I was scared that he even said that in the first place. Our friend next to us could keep quiet and said, "That's like brainwashing." And I totally agree with her. Then Man A says,
I sensed from the beginning that you will be alright. That you can do it if you're just true to yourself.
I was starting to lose it and almost started to cry. I started repeating, "I really can't do it."
I see. You're just scared. If you believe in me, I can make you happy. I can bring you happiness.
The person who introduced us realized how odd he was and says, "Let's just agree that it was just not meant to be this time." and tried to end the conversation.
Don't be so scared. Just leave it all up to me.
He just won't get it and ended up going on and on about the same thing. And repeating the conversation for so long, it started to spiral. Believe in myself? I started saying things like, I believe in my feelings. He then says,
I think it's just a matter of time. If you just say yes, you'll naturally just follow me.
what is this person? I'm scared, and started to shake. Anyways, the person who introduced us let me go home first and said she persuaded him, so I felt a little better. One day after work, I go home to mayonnaise standing outside my house. I was too scared to even speak, but as gently as I could, I said, "Why are you here? Didn't I decline her matchmaking?" While smiling, he says,
It's easy to find where my girlfriend lives. Let's go inside.
"No, we won't."
You don't have to be so hard on yourself. I'll teach you the way. All you have to do is say yes to what I tell you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to,
I don't like girls that aren't obedient.
he says as he approaches me. He was seriously mentally ill. I deeply regretted as to why I had even accepted the matchmaking in the first place. He found out where I work, where I live, but I can't prove he's a stalker since I did agree to the matchmaking. The thought of this made me hopeless. I rushed to call the person who introduced us. Help! He's at my house! What? I will be there immediately. Where are you? I'm at X station. I'm hiding. Okay, I'll be right there. She came to get me and let me escape to her house. I'm truly sorry. I didn't know he was like that. Yeah. After that, I reported it to the police and he was arrested for stalking me. But even after he was arrested, he was apparently saying, "She just needs to be taught. That's why I'm teaching her kindly." An officer told him.
The woman you're stalking is saying that she's not your girlfriend.
He then snapped at him.
What the hell are you saying? Bring her here now! She should know that what I say is correct!
He got so worked up that he hit the officer and his offense got worse. After that, the hospital that he worked at was informed of his arrest and he was fired. The information was spread amongst the medical association was unable to be rehired anywhere, forcing him to quit being a doctor. He suffered the consequences of his actions, but boy, was it scary. I was just relieved that Man A was no longer around. The person who introduced us said, "I won't introduce you to such a person anymore. Let's look for the next person." But I never want to do matchmaking ever again.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.